Welcome to our channel. Class G. Group 1.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna show you about a debate from the government and the opposite group. Our motion today is on July 2021, the government will start face-to-face learning. Before we start the debate, I will introduce you the speakers. From the government groups, we have Nurul Fatiara as speaker 1, Wiwit Atika as speaker 2, Siti Sri Rahayu as speaker 3, and Reza Haya as the speaker 4. From the opposite side, we have Erisma Indah Putri as speaker 1, Lionita Asa as speaker 2, Tsawaabul Khair as speaker 3, and Dhea Putri Aftari as speaker 4. Okay, let's start our debate from the speaker 1, government group. The time is yours.
Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm Nurul Fatiara as the speaker 1 from the group Agree. Okay, I will give my argument about topic on July 2021. The government will hold a face-to-face school. Minister of Education and Culture Mr. Nadiem Makarim has a discourse to start the face-to-face learning process at schools and campus in the new school year in July 2021. Regarding the discourse, I agree that the government will hold face-to-face schools in July 2021. It's been 2 semesters. Students don't get face-to-face learning. This can affect student development. Their social interaction are least developed, especially in children at educational level such as early childhood education, kindergarten, and elementary school. They lost the process of learning and playing with friends, and also distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic is indeed not effective. The children have started to feel bored, even procrastinating the completion of school assignment given. So, I strongly agree that face-to-face schools in July 2021 will be held. Of course, with various health protocols that have been set. As said by Mr. Nadiem Makarim, the first step COVID-19 vaccination for 5 million teachers and educators, which is the hope that face-to-face schools can start in July 2021. In addition, after being vaccinated, the teachers and the educators must continue to apply real masks, wear hands with soap and keep distance. Vigilance against COVID-19 remains to be observed. In addition, according to other considerations, I don't think all students are able to participate in online school programs, especially students who have limited media technology. They miss a lot of information with friends who have technological facilities, such as not knowing the assignment given, not knowing the notification given by the school, and others. With face-to-face learning, teachers and students can communicate directly in solving learning problems without having to worry about running out of data. So that learning problems, especially in the field of study, will be overcome. Therefore, I strongly agree that face-to-face schooling will be held in July 2021. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the speaker 1 from the government's group. That's a nice statement actually. So the face-to-face learning must be held due to vaccination and the economical factor. Okay, that's good for the speaker 1. Let's go to the speaker 1 from the opposite side. Time is yours.
Okay, I'm Erisma Indah Putri from speaker 1 who doesn't agree. Regarding what Sister Nurul said, I responded. If you want to open a face-to-face school during the COVID-19 pandemic, the positive rate is better below 5% according to World Health Organization or WHO standard. Consideration of the level of positivity is also supported by the zoning category of the area in question. The potential for transmission of the coronavirus is high. If you want to open face-to-face schools with a positivity rate at this figure, only positive cases of COVID-19 can increase. On the contrary, complete the vaccination of the 5 million education staff and lecturers. Even two teachers have been vaccinated. Students haven't. The potential for the transmission of the coronavirus still exists. There are still many teachers, both in region and cities, who have not received information about vaccination agenda. He saw that the vaccination process for the teacher was relatively slow. So that's why parents and teachers are actually asking whether it's safe for school to open when teachers and education staff are vaccinated while students don't. Vaccination does not guarantee. Wait for the cases to subside. Even if the opening will be in July, I think the cost is still high considering this condition. So I think it is better to carry out the learning first because the situation is not yet possible. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks for the speaker 2 from the opposite group. Next, we go to the speaker 2 from the pros group. The time is yours.
Speaker 2 of the team agree. I don't agree that in 2021 online teaching and learning activities will still be extended. Due to the lack of physical and social interaction during learning, it's not uncommon for students to experience stress. This was released through a survey conducted by the Association of Clinical Psychologists during the COVID-19 pandemic in Indonesia, which took place last October. Learning that is carried out boldly also has many negative impacts. The negative impact of bold learning. Okay, first, bold learning is considered less effective and efficient. Learning through courage efforts of study material and present and delivered through videos, PowerPoints, and online classes. And second, skills in the use of technology. There are still many teachers and those being taught who are confused about using learning media such as Zoom, Google Classroom, Google Meet, and so on. Again, third, technological development that can trigger cybercrime in applications and or break learning platform. Fourth, the emergency of pressure and stress experienced by students. This pressure and stress are triggered by boredom because the learning method is carried out in a monotonous manner. On the other hand, there is also the fear of each individual against the COVID-19 pandemic. And the last, 5, the inequality of access in various regions, which often makes it difficult for students in certain areas to access the network. Those areas, close access to the network is very influential in learning courage, especially when the online class is implemented. You explain that learning from this will be effective and have a positive impact, so that it is feasible to apply. Considering that the fact that we found that the negative impact would be of time. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the speaker two. Okay, next we go to the speaker two from the opposite side. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nurul Khair from Speaker 3, Negative Team. I will explain that online can we take positive. To be effective, they will still be able to get it. Given our post-speaker time, can still use discussion, video call, Zoom, and Google Meet. Actually, online learning does have a positive impact if face-to-face learning is carried out that question. Is online. The family can also collaborate with teacher is building character education of student because the family is the most important element in building human personality. By doing online, the parent will be able to find the social media that children the family can collaborate in building character. Students can also build technology skill because online learning requires sufficient technology mastery. Learners can also avoid the spread of COVID-19 because learning implement far from physical contact. As we know, in our area, the spread of COVID-19 is with increasing. If go face-to-face, that there are a lot of possible spread of COVID-19 is getting worse, especially with children access time that are not free enough not to comply with health protocols. Then, what makes cases COVID-19 even more up? There is the updated evidence of the increase in COVID-19 in us. Many people are it proves that there is still a lack of obedience people against a health protocol. And if we are steadfast in order to open a school offline, it is most likely that the case will be increasing. Early delivery the learning from back about next students. Students are endangered for children of inpatient. Key to explain that is indeed so inclusive to impose offline school while in the middle of COVID. That we should put our health first to avoid from COVID and not transmit it to many people. Okay, thank you.
What a nice statement from the speaker too. The health is all above everything. Okay, that's the point that I got. Okay, next the speaker 3 from the pros. Time is yours.
Hi, I'm Siti Sri Rahayu from the Speaker 3 of Positive Team. Alright, I want to clarification again. Here I will to talk about mental health as you asked with me, which will be experienced by Indonesian children if online school activity are implemented in the future. I quote the words of the Minister of Education and Culture, Mr. Nadiem Makarim. Mr. Nadiem said that impact this pandemic on education has not yet been seen properly because the pandemic has not subsided, but the impact will be seen in the next few years. Mr. Nadiem Makarim said, what is happening now in Indonesia is not only a loss of learning, but stress, loneliness, from parental pressure to for parents it's not easy. There is so much time to follow their children to learn, said Mr. Nadine Makarin in the discussion which was held by the Jakarta Post virtually. In addition, school closure due to the pandemic have the potential to cause children to experience psychological disorder because they do not interaction social with their peers at home. That's a have psychological impact for children who can play with their friends. This has a big potential to cause psychological illness. We have to save it by making the decision to open a school. If we look at it from psychologists, people who lack socialization are actually danger for someone. Recent research says that loneliness is not only harmful to a person's mental but also physiological. So considering the impact of mental health is very important to know. It feels like we should carry out learning activity offline. Even when it comes to health standard or the issue of vaccine, I think there is still the possible that people who have been vaccinated can be exposed to COVID again. And if we look at the beginning of the pandemic again, schools have implemented fairly good health standards, such as having a place to wash hands, maintaining distance, wearing face shield, and wearing masks, and classrooms are also limited by students. In my opinion, offline learning can be done just as Menaldi said, that even if face-to-face schooling is to be carried out, it must be strictly from the elementary school until university. Thank you.
Okay, so beside the issues for the vaccination, the face-to-face learning must be started immediately. Okay, that's the point that I got. Next, we go to the speaker tree from the opposite side. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I'm Lionita Asa Akbar from Speaker 2. Okay. I still don't agree with your opinion. As the Indonesian Pediatric Association said at tribunews.com, that they have not recommended face-to-face learning in school that will start in July 2021. The reasons were issues based on a number of theoretical studies, such as the increase in the number of active cases of the coronavirus in the country, the discovery of a new variant last March, and at the same time about vaccination coverage that has not met the target. Looking at the situation and the spread of COVID-19 in Indonesia, at this time face-to-face school has not been recommended. What the General Chairman of IDIA, Dr. Arman Girasun on Wednesday, 28 April 2028. IDIA also reminded that the prediction of the time for the COVID-19 pandemic has yet to be determined. Not only from the Indonesian Pediatrician Association, the chairman of the General Board of Indonesian Teachers Association of or abbreviated as PGRI, Prof. Yunifa Roshidi, assessed that the Ministry of Education and Culture desire to conduct face-to-face learning in next July has not been well prepared because it's still visible from various aspects, including the risk of COVID-19 vaccination to teachers as of May 31, which is only 28 The fact is that it feels far away, that socialization and simulation are only a few percent. Then we want to try to include all from them. I don't think it can be forced. So if you ask, it can be forced, why? The, the government itself said that parents might decided to enter face-to-face school. Suddenly, now the minister wants everyone to go to school. This is very dangerous, in my opinion, and a hurry and the risk too big, said Unifa when contacted by POI in Jakarta Wednesday, 6 September 2021. So, with this reason, it has been confirmed that face-to-face schooling cannot yet be done. Thank you.
Okay, so we're at the end of the debate this moment. Okay, we start from the speaker from the government side. The closing statement time is yours.
Hello, I'm Reza Lawami, a speaker for. Here, I will conclude the arguments of the group that agrees on face-to-face learning in July 2021. Alright, decide on the opinions that we have conveyed. The conclusion that can be drawn is that we agree to apply offline schools. Looking back at how face-to-face learning is more effective and efficient than online learning. Of course, this can affect students' development. Their social interaction are less developed, especially in children at the early education level. They lose the process of learning and playing with friends, and also distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic is indeed not effective. Children have started to feel bored and even tend to procrastinate completing school segments given online. In addition, according to other considerations, not all students are able to participate in online school programs, especially students who have limited media technology. They miss a lot of information with friends who have technological facilities, such as not knowing that a segment given, not knowing the announcements given by the school, and so on. With face-to-face learning, is more effective and efficient than online learning. Of course, this can affect students' development, their social interaction as well as development. Teachers and students can communicate directly in solving learning problems without having to worry about running out of quota. These learning problems, especially in the fields of practical study, will be overcome. And of course, by considering the negative impacts that will occur if learning continues to be done offline. First, online learning is considered less effective and efficient. Learning taught online requires the effort of students in understanding the material and concept present and delivered through videos, PowerPoints, and online classes. Second, skill in the use of technology. There are still many teachers and those paid staff who are confused about using learning media such as Zoom, Google Classroom, Google Meet, and so on. Third, technological development that can trigger cybercrime in online learning applications and our platform. Fourth, the emergence of pressure and stress experienced by students. This pressure and stress are triggered by boredom because the learning methods implement in monotones. On the other hand, there is also the fear of each individual against the COVID-19 pandemic. Fifth, the inequality of access in various regions, which often makes it difficult for students in certain areas to access the network. Difficult in access this network is very influential in online learning, especially when online classes are carried out. So, if this continues,
It will have an impact in our psychological disorders. It has great potential to cause psychological illness, so we must save it by making dedication to open a school. And as we know, that a Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology. They felt that the preparation for the opening of school for face-to-face learning with strict health protocols throughout Indonesia has almost reached 100%. Therefore, we say we agree on face-to-face learning on July 2021. Thank you.
Okay, so the government side is agreed that the face-to-face learning must be opened at July 2021. How about the opposite side? The speaker for time is yours.
Alright, I am Dhea Putri Aftari as the speaker for from negative groups. Here, I will conclude the argument of the group who do not agree with face-to-face learning in July 2021. From the Indah's opinion, it can be concluded that even though teachers have been vaccinated, students haven't. The potential for transmission of the coronavirus still exists. There are still many teachers both in regions and cities who have not received information about vaccination against them. He saw that the process of vaccination of teachers was slow, so that's why parents and teachers are actually asking whether it's safe for schools to open when teachers and education staff are vaccinated, while students don't. From Nada's opinion, it can be concluded that actually, this online learning also has a positive impact. If face-to-face learning is carried out, only the teacher can supervise by doing online learning. Parents will find it easier to control and supervise the social media that children use. And supervise, in addition to families being able to collaborate in building character, students can also build technology mastery skills because online learning requires sufficient mastery of technology. As we know in our area, the spread of COVID-19 is quick increasing. If face-to-face schools are opened, there are many possibilities for the spread of COVID-19 to grow faster, especially with the presence of children who are naughty and not comply with the health protocol. That's what makes the number of cases of COVID-19 increase. Here is the update evidence of the increase in COVID-19 in our area. Quite a lot of people have been checked. It proves that people are still not obedient to the health protocol. From the Leonita's opinions, it can be concluded that, as stated by the Indonesian Pediatric Association at tribunnews.com, that they have not recommended face-to-face learning in school which starts in July 2021. Looking at the situation and the spread of COVID-19 in Indonesia, currently face-to-face schools are not recommended. Where the General Chairman of IDAA, Dr. Arman B. returned home on Wednesdays, Universities asserted that the Ministry of Education and Culture desire to turn face-to-face learning in July has not been well prepared. The government itself says its parents allowed to go to face-to-face schools. Suddenly, now the minister wants everyone to go to school. This is very dangerous in my opinion. In a hurry and the risk is too big. So, from the three opinions, I emphasize that face-to-face learning cannot be enforced. Okay, thank you.
The face-to-face learn should be not approached on the July 2021. Okay, this is closing statement from the opposite side, and it means that our debate is over right now. And yeah, so our debate is closed. Give applause to all of us. Okay, so that's the end of our debate right now. Thanks for watching this debate, and I hope we will see you again at the next debate. See you soon, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Betul,